Did not record my video yesterday. I'm just recording stuff every day because every day is crazy. Apparently, something else bad happens, or something strange happens, or something happens in my dreams. Yesterday was not an eventful day. Let's see what. Today is Sunday, November 30th, and it's like 9 o'clock at night. I still don't have the dog food. Um, so I ended up, I had a bag of curly fries, like half of them left in the freezer, so I cooked those and I fed them. I fed them to my dogs, and then I had a Subway coupon that was about to expire. Today was the last day I could have used it, so I did bike down to Subway, and I charged some subs to use the coupons. Subway used to be like my favorite restaurant way back in college, but then their ingredients weren't good enough. So like when I was eating organic and stuff, I didn't eat it. But I'm not eating organic now. The option would be to fast and occasionally eat organic, but I think I was told to eat the food of the people. So I'm enjoying it again because it looks like RFK Jr. is really cleaning up the food supply anyways. So I don't really have to worry because I'm probably not going to get every disease and die within like a couple years. Um, Things are really bad now, but they're going to be fixed soon. So, and I had been eating pretty healthy. It wasn't perfect. Everything is still like horribly poisoned, but I was trying to do what I could to eat like kind of healthy before. And I guess, I guess I was being poisoned too, so that probably counteracted all of that. Anyways, I went to Subway, and I do not purchase meat that is not kosher or halal, and I do not eat pork. So I love the pizza subs, but I can't get them. And what I do eat are like vegetable subs, or the pizza sub like with the sauce but without the meat, or what I got today were the tuna subs. For some reason, like I really like tuna salad, like sandwiches and things. So there must be something in it that I'm deficient in. Um, but it probably wouldn't be the case if I could just go and buy like meat from animals that weren't abused and died in a humane way. But here I am complaining. When the food is at the soup kitchen, I eat it anyways. Because I would not be blending in, I would not be like everybody else if I was picking and choosing too much. Because basically at the soup kitchen, I'm on a different type of mission. Because I might be the only person that is not addicted to drugs or alcohol, or a narcissist who is going there. And I don't know for sure, but it looks like it. It looks like everyone there is an addict. Now, someone might not. There might be a couple people that aren't. I don't know, because I don't talk to everybody. But it really seems like it. And so, because of that, I can't be complaining and nitpicking, like, oh, is this meat kosher or halal? No, of course it's not. But somebody has already donated it. Me purchasing it isn't going to order more. It's already been donated. It's already been prepared. So I need to go in there and receive the food, thankfully, because they're good people in there. They have made this food, and they are helping, and they're doing what they can. And it's unfortunate that narcissists are using the addicts to run out good people. So I have seen, God allows me to spiritually discern things, and at first I'm usually veiled so that I go through and I experience things before I know what's going on. And then after I experience it and people treat me in a certain way, then God shows me. So I'm in a situation where I'm aware of what is going on here. The soup kitchen, because it was Thanksgiving, was closed Friday. It was closed Thursday and Friday. But there was a community meal on Thursday, and then somebody brought their own family leftovers to the parking lot on Thursday. And there's a woman that came out, and she looked really well put together, and she was well spoken. And she was talking to, like, there was a young man there, and he seemed like a good guy, good kid, I don't know how old. But something was wrong with his legs, and he might have been shot, and he knew people that had been shot. I wasn't listening too much, so I just kind of overheard. But he seemed like a good soul. but she was talking to him the whole time. But when she did show up, I think she took a couple pictures of me, and she could, because she took a short video of the parking lot of the soup kitchen to tell people to come and get some free food, and it looked like she was angling the camera to me before, like when it looked like she was checking her messages or something. So maybe that's in my head. But when she recorded, I was against the wall where I would have been on the screen. So I went and I looked on Facebook. I looked on local news and stuff. I don't know where this was broadcast. Uh, at first, I thought it was like on the Soup Kitchen's website, but it wasn't. Um, there were posts from like way back, and then I'm like, where would she, was this live stream somewhere? Where would you even find this video? And then I thought maybe this was on the local maybe this was on the local news. This was, I think what happened is that she was like kind of angling her phone like towards me, like she's trying to get a picture of me or something. I don't drink pop. I didn't drink pop forever. But then they had a bunch of pop there, and I wanted some. So I drank like 3 cans of pop, and I was just standing against the wall, like drinking a soda. And it's like 30 degrees outside or something, but visited a little bit, and I got me some food for the next day. And so I think, like, I thought at first I was just on some video that somebody put on Facebook. That's not a big deal. But I looked all over and I couldn't find it. And I think she put this video on the local news. So I might have been on TV. I might have been on TV. But I was searching, I'm like, because she was trying to get me. Not, otherwise, I wouldn't have cared at all. I wouldn't have looked this up if she wasn't. And then when she recorded, I was the only one along the building. So it was me. It was like the table with the food and stuff on it, and then probably me. And she probably did get other things too. But I did see her getting me, so I thought I was probably on TV or something. Anyways, yesterday. Yesterday was Sabbath, and then of course there was witchcraft used. So then somebody attacked my store again. They opened a return request for an item that is $8. So the item sold for $8. eBay will take 20% of that and 20% of the shipping. Then I have to buy the label. I have to buy the packing materials. If there's anything wrong with the item, I have to eat it. So basically I get $5 for this item. I probably make like $2. Anyways, then I noticed that I got this email as soon as Sabbath started. So I couldn't respond to it. And there was a lot of other witchcraft attacks going on. So I noticed the Kingdom of Darkness always attacks my business, and it doesn't do well. They get people to open return requests or want to leave bad feedback when I'm actually a really good seller. And I haven't been doing that great this year because of the witchcraft attacks. They make sure if an item is missing, that is what sells. I have like 95% of the items, I know where they are. And then it seems that almost everything that sells, I don't know where it is. It's missing. Someone has stolen it, or it's broken or something. And this time, I found the item, and I shipped it, and then they had sent a picture, and then they took the picture in a weird way. Good boy. So that like the flash, it was a brooch, like a vintage brooch. They took the picture so the flash bounced off of it and made it look horrible. So it was like white on gold, and there really wasn't that much contrast. They took the picture in a certain way, so the camera flash bounced off of it, and it looked really bad. And they said, this isn't the same item, and they opened a request because I sent the wrong item. And so I just responded and said, yes, you can return it, but the reason for the return is incorrect. So I put my address in there. I don't know. Though, you know what? eBay will probably... so what happens is, this was a $5... I probably cleared after fees $5 on this item. And then they are holding the whole $12.99 that I got for this item, and they want me to send a return label. And I thought there was free returns with this new Ground Advantage. At first there was free returns in the Ground Advantage label, and then they changed it and got rid of it. Like, USPS is a scam. I need to get rid of this. They should be offering us all like free postage for the next 100 years to make up for the crap they do to us, overcharging us. So anyways, let's say I made $2 of profit in on this item. I don't know, like sales used to be better. People used to buy multiple items at once. But no, now when witches and warlocks cast their spells, they cause trouble. And so the eBay is holding the whole $12.99 to return, and then they want me to pay for the label too. So where I could have made $2, now let's see, what is that? 13 plus. Oh, it's more than $5 for shipping label now. So then I lose. I could have bought food for 2 days with this, probably at least a day. For me and the dogs, I could have bought food. And then instead, you lose. You're on the hook for all this. So USPS raises their fees, and at first the Ground Advantage labels were supposed to have free return shipping. And then I looked and it says it does not have free return shipping. So they've gotten rid of that in the last year. This is ridiculous. They already stop at everybody's house every day because of the junk mail that they ship out, the bills they ship out. So they are overcharging us for postage. They need to be giving us free shipping because the deals they gave the China sellers and Amazon all these years. But anyways, so let's just say I lose $19, but I get my item back. I could sell it again and try to make another $2. Do you see how then if I sell it and I make $2, then I'm in the hole $17 now. This stuff's unheard of. I really hate eBay. So they're probably going to ding my account. They're probably going to leave a negative feedback. eBay is going to take my money, and they're going to charge me for another label. But you know what I'm going to do? I just responded to it, and I said the reason for the return is incorrect. And some of the enamel had chipped off, and maybe it wasn't that clear in the picture, but it was the same item. And I can't upload really many new pictures on this computer. It's too slow. When I got the item, it looked good to me. It was kind of dim lighting, but I looked at it and it looked good. And so this picture that I was sent looks atrocious. It looks horrible. Like they took it with the flash in a way that like the gold, it looks almost like dark brown, and then the cream enamel is like white, and it just looks horrible. But actually, they're very similar shade, so you can't even really see this. So, I'm not saying the person shouldn't be able to return things. What I'm saying is that the system that eBay has screws over the seller so much that we have to close our stores. So I'm not saying this is a horrible seller. But they did, I think, purchase the item on Sabbath, so I was almost late shipping. And then they asked questions and opened a return during Sabbath when I couldn't respond. And this makes me suspicious. So I'm about to block this person for that. Because I know the witches and warlocks cast spells. And if this person was used to do that, then they're probably on the wrong side. But, they didn't necessarily do anything wrong, though, is the thing. It's the system eBay has is that I just lose $18, but I get my original item back that I only would have made $2 on. I mean, this is nuts. And this is like, normally I don't have this type of problem. If I would have sold this on Facebook, no one would have cared. If I would have sold this on Mercari, nobody probably would. If you sell it on Mercari, you actually don't have to pay return shipping. That's in the label. I would not have lost anything. If I sold this on Poshmark, nobody would have cared, and if they did decide to return it, I wouldn't have been out anything, because they don't charge you the shipping if your item is returned. It's only eBay that sucks. And the Kingdom of Darkness likes to use this. So I already said, like, God, I've got like $100,000 probably worth of merchandise if it's sold. That's not what I paid for it, but if it's sold, and this also includes items that were given to me, items that were my own, that I decided to sell. So it's not just stuff that I purchased to resell. It's just like, family gets rid of things, or stuff gets given to you or passed down. And then that, or you move and then you've got things that were in that house and then you're getting rid of. So, but I already told God, if you don't want me to sell, I won't. But I need something to do with this stuff. I can't just, there's no one who would appreciate it or even be able to give it to. There was some, place that sold the vintage stuff on consignment was just what I needed, but she only took like 5 items, and I didn't really realize that. She took a few more than that from me, but I haven't even heard from this woman. She probably, I might never get my money from her. I probably could if I went in, but then she'd probably charge me money for like if 1 or 2 items didn't sell. So I just get screwed over on everything. And this is my journal. This is more of the witchcraft that was used against me that I did not talk about before. Because this is something that when I got, let's see, or today's Sunday. So I really dealt with this return case last night, and I didn't put it in the video yet. So it's just something that really annoys me, and I'm trying not to let it bother me. So I just responded. I gave him my address. And I guess by December 4th, then they technically could just escalate it, and then eBay steals all my money and charges me for the label. But I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to make it difficult, because they could have selected the right reason for the return. And they didn't necessarily do anything wrong. eBay puts all of the cost onto the seller, and they don't take any responsibility. They used to even charge the seller for chargebacks and things. That's why everybody jacks their. They would charge more for shipping to cover all the fees, because eBay is the worst. I hate eBay. And I was a great seller. I had the best customer service, and I've really been under attack by narcissists for so long. They've really done everything they can to destroy my business. So, God allows this. So if I'm not supposed to sell, that's fine. Then Lord, if I'm not supposed to sell, show me a consignment store or something where I can drop off an entire store's worth of merchandise for them to sell for me. And that I get something reasonable and don't lose all of my investment. I would also be up for donating if it went someone, but when you donate, it never really helps. So if it actually helps somebody. And then yesterday, I knew the soup kitchen was closed. Person said that they would be back in the parking lot giving out the rest of the food. Wasn't there, so my food was low. My dog food was out. I was already concerned, so I was just laying in the bed, and then I just laid in the bed longer, and I went back to sleep. I got up at 4:30 or something in the afternoon. Or no, then I went back to sleep again. I got up almost midnight. And then I did eat the rest of my leftovers, and I gave a few little bites to the dogs, but I had to eat too. They didn't get much, and I just wasn't feeling good. And I asked God to provide the food for the dogs, but it didn't happen. And so I was kind of mad. I know God will restore us, but I said, God didn't provide. Because the dogs ruin my stuff when they're hungry. I was giving them I was giving them a lot of extra food, because they had their kibble, and they had what I brought back from the soup kitchen. So they had extra food for a few days. They were starting to get really healthy, and then that's just all going away. And so today I found some fries in the freezer. I found some fries in the freezer. I cooked them in the toaster oven, and I fed them to my dogs. And that's not healthy. Yesterday I had they were starting to go bad, but I had some mini oranges left that I bought a couple weeks ago, and some apples, and I shared it with them. The dog food was ordered the dog food was ordered several days ago, but because of Thanksgiving, they decided not. They normally do next day delivery on the repeat delivery, or if you order it, it's next day. But in this case, they said 3 to 5 days. It's all 5 days to get this dog food. I did not anticipate this. So they are hungry. They are upset. I don't like this. I don't want them to go hungry. And then the tracking said, oh, it's Sunday. It's supposed to arrive. I didn't believe that. It's it's Sunday. It's probably not coming. But the tracking said it would. Didn't come. Didn't come again. And I can't go to the pet store and buy a 40-pound bag of dog food on my bike. But actually, I did go out today. So that was that was Saturday. So I was thinking the dog food would come in the mail on Saturday. Yeah. And then I just stayed in bed. And then I did get up a few times and check, and the dog food did come. And I think it was picked up, but it wasn't even shipped or something. And then the next day was Sunday, and it said it was scheduled delivery, and it did not arrive, which I didn't really anticipate. But in the holiday season, sometimes they do deliver on Sunday. So I did go out today. I had a bath, so that's great. I think God told me to take a bath because the dogs got into my soap and dragged it onto the floor and chewed it up and opened it. That's how I know, oh yeah, take a bath now. Because I can only take bath on certain days because I can't wash my clothes. I have to go buy new clothes when my clothes are dirty because I am spiritually, supernaturally blocked from getting my laundry done. I purchased a washing machine and dryer when I bought this house less than 2 years ago. And then the plumbing went out. And this was all spiritual warfare. The main drain was clogged. And then it was sabotaged and broken intentionally when it came back on. Then the washing machine, something I think rusted or the digital was messed up. It never worked again. I just purchased this. And it was a good machine too. And people don't want to help me. They offer to help, and then they let you do it like once or twice or something, and then not again. And it could be because the kingdom of darkness sends fleas into my house, and I'm probably giving people fleas if they let me do laundry. That's probably the case. So, anyways, this all sucks. I went out on the bike today. This is what I gotta tell you guys. So, I did not make a video yesterday. Yesterday was Saturday. I laid in bed and I slept, and I didn't eat most of the day. I got up like a little bit before midnight and I found some stuff, leftovers, and I finished them. And the dog food never came. And I was kind of mad. And I said, nothing good ever happens. I said, fuck, nothing good ever happens. And then... And then maybe I was a little disobedient. I don't know. Maybe I said, God, I'll be your biggest warrior. I'll do whatever you want. But I was not. I was being kind of like, I don't know. I'm gonna say not really rebellious, but I normally handle everything like, oh yeah, God will provide. And then yesterday I was like, fuck, nothing good happens. I'm gonna do what I want to do anyways. I don't care. And then today, the dog food still didn't come. Let's see. Oh, yesterday it snowed. That's another thing. I looked out my window and there's like a blizzard. There was no snow yet, and then it snows several inches. And then the wind is going. It's like my rocking chair is going back and forth. Stuff's getting blown around. My entire porch up to the door is covered in snow. And stuff I set out there, which should have been covered, it all got covered in snow. I mean, it should not have got snow on it, but everything was coated. And then overnight, I guess it warmed just enough for it to melt and then refreeze. So then it was really slippery today and unsafe. So I kind of, I had to go out anyways, but I thought, I'm going to go out today. I'm going to go out today and see if I can bike around in the winter, in the snow and ice. I used to do this in college. I used to live like a mile from campus, and I would ride my bike to school and to my classes in the winter, in the ice and snow. And I said, because of that, I said I can probably do it here. It's a little further, and most of the way there is a sidewalk, but not all the locations. But so I went out today and had a bath, so I'm looking good today, not offending people as I walk past them. What am I saying? Okay, so I left, I got on my bike, and I went across the street, and I start going down the street. I was going to head towards the gym first, because I had washed my clothes in the sink, and I wrung them out, but I still left them there to dry a little bit before I brought them back, because they were too wet to put in my bike basket still. So, I needed to get them before the gym employees, the gym staff, threw away my clothes. So this was a concern. It's been a couple days. I got to get back there or they're going to throw away my pants. And so then I go down my driveway and it's icy and snowy and it's, this is the first time I've biked in the ice and snow in more than 20 years. So, and then okay. And then I cross the street and I turn. And then, of course, two houses down, somebody is stopped. They're in the car. They're stopped in the driveway, blocking the sidewalk. So I kind of go slowly, and then I have to go around them into the road. And as I go around, my bike goes horizontal, and like, the ground is super slippery. Apparently, these UGG-type boots have no tread on them. So these here, the snow gets stuck in the bottom of them. So I slipped a little bit, but I was still standing upright. But my bike just went whoop, and it was sideways. And I'm like, great. So it was almost like here I am on the bike, and then I slipped, but I was still standing. I was still like in the same position, but then my bike just fell and was sideways. And that had to be an angel or something, because I could have fell on my ass, and I could have gotten all wet. So thanks for that. But then I knew I have to be very careful. I have to be very careful. It's slippery. And actually, just walking on the sidewalk was really slippery. So I actually felt a lot more stable and secure on the bike. I didn't realize how stable my bike was until I was walking a little bit, and I almost slipped on my ass. But the bike has these big tires on it, so it's not too bad. But anyways, cars were being real careful. They were taking turns, not even wanting to pass each other because the roads were slippery. But I went out, and I went to both sides of town today. I went to both sides. I had to know, am I going to be able to go to the soup kitchen in the ice and snow and in the winter because I don't know when I'm going to be restored? Am I going to be able to make it to Walmart in the ice and snow? And I did. But instead, the last few days, I was turning my gear up. So there's first, second, and third gear on the one side, and the other side has like 7 or 8. Or, yeah, I think 7. So then the gear with the most resistance that you would have to pedal the least would be third on this side and like the 7th on this side. And so I was doing like 5 and 6 and going back and forth between those so that I could go faster and pedal less. But this time I put it all the way down to like 3, 4, a little bit on the way back, like 2 when I was going uphill in the snow, so that because I was just going real slow, trying not to slip and fall and slide right into the road. But actually, I think I got the hang of it, and I know how to do it carefully enough that I think I'm pretty safe. But yeah, it was a little cold. So basically, I had to go out for a kind of dumb reason, which is I had these Subway coupons for the last few weeks, and I was looking forward to using them, and I wanted to use them. And they're going to expire tomorrow, so I had to use them tonight, and it's also Sunday. So I went to the gym first, because I needed to know, can I bike to the gym in the ice and snow? I need to get my pants before they throw them away. And so I used a spa. I haven't been really working out when I go there. Maybe once every 2 months I'll lift weights for like 1 minute. Because if I do anything, I walk on the treadmill. I bump up the incline, but I walk slow so that I can watch the TV and I don't get out of breath. So it's just like a slow stroll, and I'm watching TV. So I enjoy that sometimes, but not always. So lately, I just go there. I use the spa. They have this red light machine. They've got tanning back there. I don't always use these things, but I always use. They've got massage chairs and hydro massage. So, the basic membership was like $10. Now it's like $15, and I actually paid more, like $25, for the spa, and I'm glad I did, 'cause like, when I'm cold, when I'm tired, I actually went there and just used the massage chairs for like an hour in a row. And then, if I had to go there anyways to like use the shower or clean my clothes in the sink or something, then I can get a massage in this red light thing, and there's a Vibra shake, and I make sure to use something so I get my money's worth. These machines would be a lot. I don't know how much they would cost to purchase, but probably at least $10,000. So I think I'm getting my money's worth here. So yeah, I do spend more But it's not that much considering like um, in the summer when I didn't have air conditioning, then I could just go to the gym and be in the AC there. And I didn't have to be walking on the treadmill. I could also use just sit in a massage chair. So I haven't been working out because I already bike. I don't need to work out. I really don't need to work out, but I just go there and use the spa, and and then I told the guy there because well, I didn't used to tan so much, but I said I need to get a tan for the winter, and their beds aren't that strong. So like, if you actually pay to use a tanning bed at some tanning place, it's going to be a lot stronger. The ones at Planet Fitness are kind of weak, so because they don't want people getting burnt, but they still are pretty good. So but I told him I need to have it is important. For some reason, I have to have a tan in the winter. Now I like the look of a tan. I always think it's attractive. Um, so I feel beautiful when I have my Planet Fitness tan. It's not that dark or anything. As I said, their machines are weak on purpose. They set them kind of low. You can't adjust it. They don't want people getting skin cancer, which you're not going to get from that anyways. They don't want people getting burnt and then complaining. But, and I can see, because it's a gym. It's not a tanning salon. But they have this red light thing, and it's supposed to make your skin youthful and get rid of wrinkles. But it only like works for that day. You gotta like keep using it every day, or it stops working, and you just go back to normal. So the hydro massage is worth it. Now that thing, it does a massage up and down your back. I turn it up all the way, and I'll stop like. So a hydro massage is like you kind of like recline, um, on this. It's like kind of like a chase lounge shaped thing. And then there are water jets that shoot up and down your back, and you can stop it and position them in a certain place. I put it right in the small of my back, and then it gets like warm after a while too. That thing, like as I think I've said in a previous video, if I could take a blanket with me and just take a nap after, like I could throw if can I throw extra money at you to do this? Probably not because I only have two of these. That is worth the membership. So if you want a dark tan, don't go to Planet Fitness. The machines are too weak. Um, but you have to try the hydro massage. That is totally worth the extra money just to use that hydro massage. The regular massage chair is good. The hydro massage, it's even better. Um, see, yeah. So I basically biked like 9 miles around, and so I went like half as fast as normal, and like some of the roads it's slippery, but it was right when I left my house that I went to step down, and I slipped, but then I stood, and then my bike slipped out from underneath me, and it actually looked pretty cool because there was somebody right there, and it looked like I didn't fall. It looked like I was just standing there and I sat my bike down or something. I could have humiliated myself, but I didn't. So praise the Lord for that. But it was a warning. I have to go slow and I have to be careful. Um, let's see. Yeah, so I did go to the gym. Luckily, they had not thrown away my clothes. Then I went to Subway. I thought about stopping at Walmart. I thought about stopping someplace else. I didn't do it. Um, I got my subs and I came back. I told my dogs I was going to make them some food when I came back, and I did. And I'm going to, excuse me, also say that it's supposed to be a restoration season. Um, I've been biking all around town. I'm sure the whole town has seen me, so I don't do it for that reason. It's just, I'm thinking here that there's going to be another blizzard, and then there's going to be like a foot of snow on the ground, and I won't even be able to bike. So I better get out now. I better, while I can, while I'm able to. Um, if I really need to, it might take me about an hour, but I could walk to the soup kitchen. But I would rather bike. It's much less time. But they're probably going to damage my bike and stuff again. I don't know. I put out a plea earlier. Like, not a plea. I invited. So I invited if anyone else wants to come with me to the soup kitchen. I'm going to be going there. So watch somebody calls me in the morning or something and destroys my plans. But I think I'll just have to reschedule because I've already put out a video that if someone wants to meet me at the soup kitchen, I don't know who watches this. There were some people I knew from the church I went to for a while. Um, there are people in town, like there are people that recognize me, so maybe they watch my channel and they live nearby. Maybe they want to go to the soup kitchen too. You know which one it is. It's the only one that serves a hot meal. They serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast is just donuts, and I have not got up early enough to make it to that yet, but I don't think I want to. I don't think I'm gonna go just for donuts. Like it does sound good, but you gotta leave at like 9 o'clock in the morning. That's a little much for me. But what I noticed about the attics, because the soup kitchen is way too hot in there. Um, like a few people have bikes, but there's like people from the homeless shelter. They're being transported. Like someone else is driving them. If they have a van or something, they drive them to the soup kitchen and let them out. So most of them don't have to walk or anything. There are homeless shelters just nearby, and then they drive them here. But like, and then it's really hot in there. And so since I'm on the bike and I'm used to it being 30 degrees, then I'm like, and I keep my house at 65. Then when I go in there, it's way too hot. So then I gotta take off my coats and everything, but you can't really take it off because people will steal it or mess with it. And then like your hands get sticky and you can't leave, you can't walk away to wash them, and they don't really have napkins. Sometimes they have paper towels, but so this is a problem when you're alone. Now, if somebody comes with you, you can have a spotter. Then you can go to the bathroom, because if you need to wash your hands or wipe them off, you have to go to the bathroom. You got to leave your plate attended, or you got to like I would like to take off my coat, because it's already too hot in there. But there's only so much you can do without worrying about somebody stealing it. And it's not that every addict wants to walk by and steal it, but if they are being bribed or paid to target me, which is what happens, and probably other people that are just normal people go in, and some of the addicts are bribed and paid to target them and cause trouble so that they leave and don't come back. That is what the kingdom of darkness is doing. So if I had a spotter with me, then they could watch my coat. I could take off my coat. I could go to the bathroom, and I wouldn't have to, like, I leave, like, I found a bag or some reusable container. I don't even like leaving that in my bike. Someone could steal it or spit in it or something, so I have to bring it with me. It's just difficult by yourself when you don't have a way to clean your hands and you can't let things out of your sight. So I'm pretty much the only one that's alone. The addicts get transported in a van, and they have a chaperone. That's just what I'm saying. Like, they have toilets, they have heat, and they have air conditioning. And they don't appreciate it. They just want the drug. They would be on the street as long as they weren't freezing to death and not have a problem as long as they had the drug. But then all of the charity food and everything is being wasted. And I do hope these people can repent. And some will. I'm not saying that. But it's like to give stuff to people that don't appreciate it. Like they're out of it. They don't have the ability to appreciate certain things. And it's way too hot in there. It is, what was it, like a sauna in there. And then I can't take off my coat because someone will steal it. But it's too hot with the coat, and I have to have a lot of coats because I ride a bike. I have it's more than a mile from my house, and it's kind of uphill, and actually it was slippery walking, and on the bike it was a lot better. And then someone will probably try to break my bike next time, so this is going to be tomorrow. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. The dog food better come. It better come. I am going to the soup kitchen, so I do whatever I can to get leftovers to bring back for my dogs. They hadn't been open for several days, so maybe they'll have extra. I can only hope. I got 2 foot-long subs, which normally I could knock out no problem, but my stomach was a little upset after just eating one. Maybe it's because I didn't eat much the day before. Like, I normally eat, like, a ton of food. Like, I eat more than what is suggested, but and I kind of sat in bed yesterday and didn't eat much most of the day because I was kind of down that the dog food didn't come. And I was so happy being able to bring home, like, meat and stuff for them from the soup kitchen. Like, I was dealing with people messing with me, and my bike getting damaged, but I was able to bring back a lot of food for them, and they were so happy, and I really enjoyed that. And now they had no food at all. And so I was like, fuck. Nothing good ever happens, and I just did what I wanted to, and I laid in bed, and I didn't even take a bath. I did the next day. I did today. So now that I have invited other people to join me at the soup kitchen, um, watch like some charity group or roofing business call me tomorrow. Um, better not, as I'm gonna reschedule if you do, cause you guys left me hanging more than a year. So as soon as I invite anyone who's watching my videos to meet me, then you schedule something. I don't think so. No, no, I'm not gonna do it. I can see that happening. That's why this is probably more spiritual warfare. But yeah, eBay sucks. I wanted to quit that. They only give you like a few days basically to cancel your account and not pay like hundreds of dollars fees. eBay is the worst. eBay is like, I don't know, nobody wants to sell in there. Everything, it's like blames the seller, the language is negative, they give you all the fees. It's just horrible. Um, yeah, I want to quit, but as I was saying, there was a store subscription. I used to do a lot of sales a few years back. And you sign up for it. There's like one time a month that you resubscribe to this store. And then you can't cancel the whole rest of the year, or they like charge you like $250 fee. It's probably more now. It's nuts what they do. And with your store membership, every month they would give you like $25 worth of credit towards their eBay branded merchandise, which is a scam. I haven't even used it more than a year because it's a scam. Basically, what they did, the only thing I needed on there was tape, and maybe I could get boxes at this point, but not if God wants me to quit selling. And they basically raised the price of tape so high that even after the $25 free credit, then it still costs what it just would to buy anyways. So, like, the price of the eBay branded tape minus the $25 credit is just the price it should be, so I don't buy it. And I think it was also made in China anyways. But they kept making it flimsier and thinner and thinner. And at first I liked that it was thin, because the thicker tape might actually boost the weight of your package and make it cost a few cents more. But now the last tape I used was so thin that like it was just ripping. It like when I was putting it on and when I tried to lift it a little bit to straighten it, then it just ripped. Like, this is unheard of. I am somebody that has shipped thousands of packages. This is highly unusual. I hate eBay. It's not just me. Everyone hates eBay. And if I could get my money back for the rest of the year, see, I've already have like this contract for the whole year of the store. And when they ask you, do you want to subscribe for next year, then they tell you right before, and you don't have much time, and it's like, I don't know, because this is the only way I'm making money, but I sell way more on Poshmark than eBay. I'm probably breaking even on eBay, or even losing money at this point, like. And if the people buying the items even knew, like, how close the good sellers are to just up and leaving and not selling to you anymore. And it's not your fault. We are getting nickeled and dimed and screwed so hard by eBay that for us to even exist requires that no one returns anything and no one complains. Like, anytime you hear a complaint, it's like stress, because the eBay system is so horrible. The only way you can make money on there is to basically like drop ship, which is not allowed, or like buy a whole bunch of stuff from China that's like 2 cents and resell it for a couple bucks. Other than that, even that's not worth your time. You have to basically buy cheap outsourced products in bulk where you don't have to upload new pictures. And so us people that we're selling one-offs and vintage items, and we don't have like a bunch of, let's see, what is that? We don't get much profit. If you look at the cost and then the percentage what is profit, when you sell a vintage or collectible, you might want to buy the item half of what you ideally sell it for, and it might sell for less. Then they take so many fees out, and then if somebody returns something, then eBay charges you for the shipping twice. This is insane with the price of shipping. It is so hard for us to even stay in business. And then you've got a place to keep these items. You have to have a place to store these pictures. You have to keep track of all your finances. This is hell. And I said, I'm boycotting. I'm not paying taxes anymore. Trump, I'm not paying taxes. Okay, I know you're trying to get rid of it for us anyways. But at this point, all the work I do where I make less than minimum wage, you guys owe me like $1 million for all my unpaid labor. For enabling a system where Americans pay twice as much for shipping because we are subsidizing Amazon and China sellers. So you owe me. Give me my $1 million now for all of my time and effort that you have stolen and given to the enemy. And I say, not necessarily China is the enemy, okay? They, of course, are going to take advantage, but like the enemy being the rhinos and the Democrats who sold out our country, and then they worked hand in hand with foreign countries. So I'm not filing the taxes, and if I need to get some tariff, well, I guess I'm not going to get it, and I'm going to make a video on that too. I'm not filing your taxes anymore. I'm liberating myself from that. I can't do it. Like, I actually can't do it because my machine with all my records on it is down, and it's not working, and no one will help me fix it, and I have no money. And no one would help me fix my vehicle. No church would help me, nothing. So, I'm not paying it. You're not getting it. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not filling out the document. I am not mailing anything. I am never going to mail anything to the IRS ever again. And the city taxes, I'm not paying that either. Actually, I'm that is constitutional, but I don't make enough I don't have to pay it because I don't make enough. So that is not, I'm not breaking the law there. A city, I don't make enough to pay your taxes, so I actually, there's where you have to make a certain amount to owe taxes. So if your income is low, you don't pay it. That's where I am. My income is too low to owe any city taxes. And I actually went in, and they said, oh, just give us your W-2 or your federal tax form. And I said, they're going to get rid of that. And they didn't understand when I said, no, you'll still be here if the feds are gone, or if the IRS is gone. They didn't understand. I said, oh, the state tax can be constitutional, but the federal income tax is not. They didn't understand. But they acted like, why would you even file this? They saw I sold stuff. I sold stuff on like eBay and Poshmark, and they're like, why would you even file this? Who cares? I had to file it because there was government grants and programs I was trying to apply for last year. That's how they got me. I said, I'm not going to sign up for this stuff. What I said, I was boycotting filing my taxes the year before, and I didn't get to do it because I had to fill out all these applications that required me to have an income on the record. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they got me. And you know what? None of them helped me, and none of them got back to me. So this year, for sure, I'm not turning any of it in. I'm not turning it in. I'm not filling out a tax form. I'm not spending 2 days of my life filling out a tax form. Do you see this? President Trump, do you see this? I get screwed over and over, so now it's time to fuck the IRS and the federal government that was taken over. I know you guys are fixing things now, clearly. But this year, I'm not turning it in, and I need my tariffs because I had to buy stuff on Temu. I'm paying all the damn Temu tariffs, and I have negative money. I am in debt. I am paying all the Temu tariffs, and so I need my tariff credit, whatever is that called, where you give us money. But really, it's our own money that we paid. So we paid the money, like when I bought stuff for my bicycle on Temu, and I bought this on Temu, and I'm poor, I'm broke. I'm too poor to get SNAP. I'm too poor to be able to fill out to get Medicare, Medicaid, SNAP, anything. Nothing. I get nothing. And I pay a lot of these China taxes and tariffs. So Trump, you better be giving me that money. And I'm not filing federal income taxes because I don't want to. Because the amount of stress and anxiety that it causes. The amount of work it is. All the effort I go through to try to sell anything, and then the additional second job you put on top of that to file taxes on it. I am not Walmart with some computer and system like it automatically scans things and files it. No, it's just me. It's just me. And all the narcissists, they cast spells on my business. They steal my items. They destroy my stuff. They damage my shed. They destroy like my server, my computer that had all of my records, all of my product pictures. So I am below zero again. And guess what? They actually want you to pay more taxes when you don't even make enough to be profitable. They want you to pay extra taxes because then you can't even write stuff off. How about this? No, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. I'm not filing it. That's it. And if I need to fill it to get the tariff credit thing, then I guess I won't get the tariff credit thing. And I'm about to be famous, and you're going to be hearing about this. Maybe that's how we'll be famous. I don't know. When I am famous, I'll make sure that everybody knows. I'm telling everybody's secret. Everyone that's fucked me over. Like, my videos are very exciting. They're very interesting. And they're just being hidden until the right time. So everyone who has fucked me over, and I'm going to, churches, everything, you will be exposed. And, of course, the IRS gets us all. But that's it. I'm boycotting. I don't owe you anything. I need help. And the government has not helped me one bit. I had people here looking at the state of my house to even file grants that if you have money come in, you're supposed to pay back. They didn't even get back to me. Nothing. And they were ran by angels. Like, this whole thing, this is nuts. But they block me from everything and make me suffer. I don't get any help. I don't get any, I don't want the health insurance, but I don't get any health care. I don't get any free food. I have to go to the soup kitchen, and then the price of entry is that there's a narcissist trying to get me, and they're trying to poison my food and break my bicycle. And I guess technically it is sexual assault, but they're not interested in sex, so it's not sexual assault. It's just, it's just annoying me. It's just, I guess it's a little bit fun though but this is I'm not filing your taxes anymore. So, everything else, like I said, nothing good happens. Everything else gets destroyed. So just let this be another area of my life that sucks. President Trump, you better be giving us all that check, not just people that pay taxes. Because whether we are retired or stay-at-home moms or we are just poor, we are still having to buy these outsourced products and pay the tariffs that are built into the cost. So we are the ones paying this. And actually the poor people are paying more of these tariffs because the rich people, and this is not rich versus poor, this is just economics. People with some level of wealth can go and buy more expensive things, buy better made things, but people that are really poor, like they just go get the Campbell's soup, they go get whatever's cheap, and so we're buying this stuff on Temu, and we're paying all the tariffs. So send us our check. Send us our check. Okay, I have no idea what I'm talking about. This is my diary for Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to go to the soup kitchen. I guess my job is to go to the soup kitchen tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen. But right now, it's not good. It could have been okay if my dogs had food. But Petco, you've really let me down. Decide not to ship your orders on Black Friday. Well, we have dogs and they need to eat, so I just don't know. Like, I can't go to the store and buy it because I'm on a bicycle. I can't put a 40-pound bag of dog food on my bicycle. And actually, it's really slippery. I couldn't really even fit a small bag in my basket if I have to bring other things. I had to bring my clothes back from the gym. So I guess I could have charged I went to Walmart and spent $20 on a little bag of dog food that will last 2 days that I can't afford because I could have fed myself with that. But I can't afford that right now. So that's my life. Yeah, when I become famous, maybe people will watch these videos. Maybe people will like these videos. And maybe I'll get monetized one day and earn $5 a month or something. And that won't even buy a Starbucks cappuccino, so I don't know what to do with that. But I am smart having my bills about as low as humanly possible. But like these addicts too, like I'm complaining about them again, because even some of them you can tell are good people, but even if they're good people, the addiction controls them. So they do things they don't want to do because they need to get that drug. So they can't be trusted and they lie. They're like zombies, and then there's a human in there too, a lot of them. But it's not good, and they're probably gonna target my bike again. The one guy I saw mention, oh, there's lights on your bike, you need that, and then he touched my fuzzy seat I got on Temu. I had a fuzzy seat cover. And so that's probably what's going to be targeted next, even though he doesn't want to be doing that. He's probably sending information back, like, oh, you can do this to the bike or whatever. So I don't know. This isn't good. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But on the bike a lot today, maybe someone saw me, maybe I saw somebody. I don't know. I went like all around both sides of town, so I've got to be pretty famous at this point. There are a few men that bike. I think I'm the only female. So that, I guess, makes me famous. And I always did like to bike. But I don't want to have to bike. I want the option to drive. Or, like, if I was an addict living in the homeless shelter, then I would get escorted. I would get chaperoned to the soup kitchen. And nothing could be damaged because you wouldn't have anything. They got free clothes in there. It's not a bunch. But, like, they had t-shirts and things, but, well, I need, like, warm weather. That's what they need, too. But if they're staying in a building that's warm, then it's not as big of a deal. And then if you're in a vehicle and there's heat in there, it's really not that big of a deal either. It's like they're getting help that they do need, but they should be in a separate facility. They should be in, like, a treatment center or rehab or something. And instead, they're out with the general public, and the resources that the regular people need are being used. What I'm trying to say here is that a family with children would not want to bring them to the soup kitchen. They might go once and not again. This is what I'm saying. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if both parents are high, they would bring a kid with them. But normal families would not feel safe bringing their children to a soup kitchen. This is true. And if you bring something, it can be messed with. If you don't watch your food, it gets messed with. Like, it's not safe. So these people need to be in a separate location so that there's a place for regular people to go. And that's what it is the devil just wants to block us from getting help here. And I know that God's going to restore me at some point. I've been through so much crap that, like, I deserve my fairy tale ending at this point. Like, my whole life has sucked to the point where I deserve to, like, whatever happens, if I get $1 billion, I deserve it. Because, like, you know, everybody has been an asshole to me my entire life. But, and I don't mind too much, but then, you know, when they steal my stuff and break it and damage it, and you don't even have much, and you're okay with that, but then that gets taken away. That's what these demons do, and you can tell who is for God and who is for the devil, because who is for God usually has creativity and can make things, but who is for the devil can only destroy. They can only waste or consume. They can't create. So. Yeah, all the people that screwed me over, I'm gonna be famous, and then I'm gonna tell and make videos, and I don't lie. You see, I don't tell a lie. So, my testimony will be out there. And so I don't expect anyone to apologize. No one does. One person from my past did, and she wasn't a bad person. She wasn't even, from what I heard, is other people were slandering me behind my back. And then she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought this way. And I didn't even know she did. So she was good. Because why would you assume your entire family is lying to you? So I don't expect anyone to apologize or try to make amends. I don't. But if I get $1 billion, I deserve it. And I don't want $1 billion. I just want what I had without somebody coming and trying to break everything and like, get sewage on everything. Just leave me alone. and let me have what's mine. But they don't. They don't do it, and that's what's happening now. God's going to give us way extra. God is going to bless us many times over, for all the harassment that we have had to deal with. And I'm telling my testimony. It's just me. I don't have anyone to talk to. It's just me talking on the internet. But if there are other chosen ones out there, you guys know if you've been targeted. When I share my story, it might be like similar to sharing your story. And the way they get us is different, but the feeling, like what they do to us, like it doesn't feel good. Doesn't matter which angle. Like they get each, they tailor their attacks to each individual. So, and for me, I like things orderly. I like things clean. I like things accounted for, and to never to be in the red. Like to always be profitable, and it's just everything I like. They ruin it. They just ruin everything, and it's like touching the toilet and then touching my doorways. And I cleaned that stuff the first day, then they came back the next day. Like, I guess I could clean it again, or I guess I could just kill myself. I'm not going to clean it again. That's it. That's it. This is me. I am not cleaning any more shit. I'm not cleaning any more mouse droppings. I'm not cleaning up after plumbing. I'm not doing it. I wouldn't mind doing this work at someone else's house, but I want to be able to come to my own house and it's clean. And I don't care about mud. I don't care about dirt. I don't care about stains. But I care about poop. And that's what the kingdom of darkness gets, poop on everything. This is horrible. Okay, I'm going to try to make another video tomorrow. It's supposed to be my winning season. It is not my winning season yet, apparently. Unless the season lasts 2 years. Maybe at the end of the... well, probably something good will happen at some point. But I was being kind of... well, it wasn't really being rude, but oh my gosh. There was the neighbor walking outside in a t-shirt. I don't know if they're into, like, prostitution or something. Something weird. A lot of people are into drugs, like, the guy that lived here before says there was, like, people shooting into houses, and the what do you call it? You call a person that sells drugs, drug dealer. They're all around me. They're all around this house. Like, am I supposed to be afraid? No, I'm not afraid. One of them, I think one of them, maybe, like, the Haitians were involved in it too. There's one guy who I'm pretty sure is a drug dealer and maybe, like, a head guy, because he was, like, so a lot of these evil spirits, they try to target me. And I'm not afraid. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You know what? Nothing that you do to me could be worse than what the IRS has done to me, and the level of trauma the IRS has caused in my life, and eBay. eBay and the IRS have caused more trauma into my life, so I don't really care. If you're a drug dealer and you want to try to scare me, I'm not afraid. I don't care. I don't care. Plumbers came into my house, and they touched the toilet, and they touched stuff in my house. So there is nothing you could do to me that is going to faze me. So anyways, there's a guy, he's got his bandana on, and like, a lot of people are afraid of them, and they stay in line. And so anyways, the guy saw I was there, and so this is like a spirit. And so he would, like, going real fast and walked, like, right past me, trying to get me to jump out of the way. And I just stand there. And then he was walking down the other way, and I'm like, hey, do you know this person? I just talked to him. Like, they expect me to be afraid. So they walked past me again when I had someone else from the church was with me one time in the driveway, and then he walked past really fast to try to scare us or to something. And so the person that was with me jumped back, and he was afraid. And then I didn't. I just stood, and I didn't get out of the way. And I stood, and I turned my face a little bit, and I just looked at him like this. And then he looked at me, and I was not afraid. The guy I was with was afraid and jumped out of the way. And he's like, be careful. I'm like, I'm not afraid of anything. Fuck that. Do you know how much of my life the IRS has stolen? How much of my life? To fill out these forms, and the plumbers came, and they touched the toilet, and they touched my door frames. I don't care. At this point, come on, bring it, bring it. I want to have a fist fight with the drug dealer because I don't even care. My life sucks. So maybe tomorrow I'll be restored. I don't know. I invited some people to meet me at the soup kitchen. Um, so maybe I'll make a new friend. Um, or maybe I'll be able to go to the bathroom and wash my hands without somebody putting poison in my food. Whatever they do. Okay, God bless you guys.